I'm sure you've seen them on Instagram or Pinterest or in glossy magazines. Those almost hidden doors in a beautiful minimalist kitchen that quietly open up into what can only be described as a Narnia-like second space. Welcome to the world of the prep kitchen. But here's the real question. Is it a genuinely useful addition to a busy home? Or is it just another luxury trend that looks impressive online? What is a prep kitchen? Sometimes called a back kitchen, working kitchen, scullery, or less glamorously, the dirty kitchen, whatever you want to call it, this once forgotten concept is quietly becoming one of the most talked about features in modern kitchen design. At its simplest, a prep kitchen is a secondary working space located just off the main kitchen. It's designed for all the practical, messy, behind the scenes tasks that come with cooking and entertaining. Things like chopping veg, loading the dishwasher, running small appliances, or storing bulk food items, or hiding the air fryer that never quite matches the rest of your cabinet. Think of it as a modern-day scullery. Historically, larger homes had separate back-of-house spaces where food was prepared out of sight. Then that whole idea faded for a while. Open-plan living blurred everything together. Cooking became part of the social experience. And for years, the goal was one big, multifunctional kitchen that did everything. But as kitchens have become more design-led and more visible in open-plan homes, the desire to separate function from aesthetics seems to have returned. Today's prep kitchen isn't about hiding the kitchen staff or formal entertaining, it's about balance. And for many busy households, that separation is incredibly appealing. Why are prep kitchens becoming so popular? Because they solve a very real, more modern problem, and that's for many households, our kitchens are no longer just kitchens. They're living spaces. With open plan layouts now almost the norm, your kitchen is always on display. It's visible from the dining table, from the sofa, from the hallway when you walk in. It's where we cook, eat, work from home or help with homework, host friends, make coffee, charge our phones. And because of that, clutter is inevitable, no matter how organized you are. You might start the day with clear worktops, but by 6 p.m., there's chopping boards out, appliances plugged in, plates waiting to go in the dishwasher, recycling stacked by the bin. And when your kitchen is completely open to the rest of the house, that mess becomes part of the backdrop of daily life. But a prep kitchen can change that dynamic. It gives you a separate hidden space where the mess of real life can happen, where the air fryer can live permanently plugged in, where the toaster doesn't need to be styled every morning, and where dishes can wait 5 minutes without ruining the look of your main space. Prep kitchen means you don't have to choose between functionality and aesthetics. You can have both, and that's why I think it's gaining so much traction. What goes inside a prep kitchen? Prep kitchen isn't supposed to compete with your main kitchen. It's not a second showpiece. It's a support act. They should be intentional and tailored to how you actually live. Common features usually include a secondary sink, sometimes a second dishwasher, additional fridge or freezer space, pantry shelving or dry goods storage, and maybe a dedicated space for small appliances. That way, everything can live permanently set up and ready to go. And some prep kitchens might go even further, and they might include extra wall ovens, another microwave, warming drawers, even a secondary hob or cooktop. But as I said, the goal is not duplication, it's support. You don't need two fully functioning kitchens. You need a hidden hub that absorbs the mess, noise, and daily chaos so your main kitchen can remain calm and composed. And sometimes this doesn't require a huge amount of space. Even a compact prep area, just a few meters squared, can work beautifully. I've seen them tucked behind pocket doors, Crital-style glazed screens, sliding panels, and the ever-popular disguised cabinet door. A prep kitchen doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be intentional. Benefits of a prep kitchen. Now, beyond the Pinterest-worthy reveal moment, there are some real benefits to having a prep kitchen. It keeps your main kitchen clutter-free. This is a big one, and honestly, it can be transformational for some households. Chopping boards, dirty pans, or the recycling, all of it can disappear behind a door or be tucked away around a corner. Especially in open-plan homes, This makes a huge difference. Visual noise can quickly become mental noise, and a prep kitchen helps to give you some control over that. It can improve your workflow when cooking. You can wash, chop, and leave the cleaning up in one dedicated space, while guests gather around the island in the other. No elbow bumping, no having to clear everything mid-recipe because somebody else needs to use the sink, and no awkward pile of washing up sat there during your dessert. You can focus on presentation and conversation, knowing the heavy lifting and mess is happening elsewhere. And it can add valuable storage. Bulk pantry goods, spare crockery, serving platters, your mixers, slow cookers, any seasonal items. Everything can have its own home and setup. And when everything has a dedicated home, spaces stay organized. The main kitchen becomes curated, the prep kitchen becomes functional, and together they create balance. Design tips for a prep kitchen. Now, if you're going to include a prep kitchen, design it with just as much as intention as your main one. Keep materials consistent. Even though it's a secondary space, it shouldn't feel disconnected. You don't have to copy your main kitchen exactly, but maybe try to echo it a little bit. If you have warm oak cabinetry in your main space, carry that tone through. If you've used quartz worktops, consider the same surface or at least something that complements it. This helps to create visual flow. Even if the door is usually closed, that cohesion matters. When the spaces feel related, the whole home feels more considered. Focus on function first. This is your hard working zone, so prioritize practicality. Identify what you want your prep kitchen to help with exactly and design its function to support that. Whether that's a sink and dishwasher to help hide and deal with the cooking mess, extra storage to put away all those big, bulky items, or simply extra worktop space to spread out and prep with all your small appliance gadgets. Plan for your storage. This is prime real estate for the things you don't want out on display. Design the storage around what you actually own, not what you think you should own. Measure your stand mixer, check the height of your cereal boxes, and know the depth of your slow cooker. The more tailored the storage, the more useful the space becomes. Think about ventilation and light. If you'll be cooking or running a dishwasher in here, ventilation can become essential. Steam builds up quickly in compact spaces, so even a discreet extractor or good mechanical ventilation makes a difference. And having some natural light is a bonus, but it's not always possible. If there's no window, remember to layer your light properly. Remember, just because it's a practical space, it doesn't mean that it has to feel clinical. Decide what to hide and what to reveal. Solid doors keep everything completely discreet. Pocket doors are brilliant if space is tight. Glazed or crystal-style doors allow a little glimpse inside, and if you're beautifully organized, that actually becomes a real feature. It all depends on your personality and lifestyle. Do you want that secret room or a more styled extension to the kitchen? Both can work as long as it's intentional. Do you really need one? The short answer, no. It's a luxury, not a necessity, but it's becoming one of those luxuries that genuinely improves everyday living for a lot of households. If all of these benefits we've discussed sound appealing to you, then yes, it's absolutely worth considering. However, if your kitchen is compact, if you rarely entertain, or if adding a second space would compromise your layout, then no, you probably don't need one. You can achieve many of the same benefits in smarter, smaller ways. In my opinion, this conversation isn't really about having two kitchen spaces. It's about designing one overall space that genuinely fits your lifestyle. Not just copying what you see online, not adding features just because they look impressive, but creating an overall kitchen that supports how you actually live. So no, you don't need a prep kitchen to have a stunning space. You absolutely don't. But if your layout allows, if your budget supports it, and if you know you'd use it daily, it can be a real game changer. So I'm curious to know what you think. Is a prep kitchen essential, a nice to have, or just a load of rubbish? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll like this one, where I debunk some common kitchen design myths. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.